Morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great today. What I want to talk to you briefly about today is something that a lot of y'all are probably starting to think about. We're getting into busy season. Some of you already have team members. Some of you are starting to think larger, and you're starting to get to the point realizing you need to hire. And some of y'all are just realizing, damn, I can't keep up. I got to get some more people. So one of the hardest things to do is manage people. And that's the reason so many people run from having employees is the complexity of managing them and the issues that come up. You know, when you start relying on people generally start letting you down. And that's always, you're dealing with people in business, that's just going to be something that's going to occur. So some quick little tips. Number one, always be hiring. It doesn't matter how many people you have, doesn't matter how much business you have, you need to constantly be hiring. Now, why is that? That's another thing that you have to do all the time, and then you're worried about people not getting hours and everything. If you're always hiring, people realize they always must perform because they've got somebody coming up behind them nipping on their heels. That's like let's put an example of a college basketball team. You got your star point guard out there. Your point guard does great one year, but he's got the number one recruit in the nation coming up after him the following year. So he's got to perform. He knows if he's going to get the playing time, he's got to get out there and he's got to bring his A game. He's got to do well. He's got to improve, and he's got to offer a lot of value to the team. So always be hiring. You got a lot more options when you're always hiring. Other thing is, guys, do not accept mediocrity. Hold everybody to the same standards of performance that you would hold yourself. Now, this is a tough one right here, but if people are showing up late, you got to address it first, then they got to roll. If people are not sending out review requests, asking for reviews, and you consistently tell them they've got to roll. If people aren't getting jobs off on time, they got to roll. If they're negative, we don't put up with any negativity. They got to roll. So do not accept mediocrity in your organization. You got to be constantly. You got to be pushing people. You got to be pushing the people, pushing them some from behind. They always talk about push or pull management. It's both. You push them from behind by making sure they understand that mediocrity is not accepted, that you got other people coming in behind them that are hungry for a job. And then you got to pull them too. You got to let them know what your dream is. You got to let them know that, those of you that hang with us accomplishing this, there's probably some promotions and some raises along. We're going to bring you up. But you got to be pushing people from behind, and as soon as they start not performing after you've addressed it a time or two, boot their ass on out and bring in other people. That's the reason you're always hiring. That way you're always bringing people in, you're bringing in people in, and you're getting rid of the people that don't perform as well. So it's a constant cycle. Bring them in, kick them out. Bring them in, kick them out. This sounds kind of ruthless to a lot of you, but that's how you've got to do it. I can promise you, with the rare exception, most of your employees, if a better opportunity came around the corner, they might not go out and look for it, but if something arises down around the corner, they would take it, and they would not think about you at all. And by not accepting mediocrity, by rolling people out as they come in, your really good ones rise to the top. Your really good ones hang around. Your really good ones are super, super happy with the way things are going because they're happy that their efforts being rewarded by maintaining a job, and they're happy to see that other people can't get away with not working as hard. It only takes one or two people to drag everybody down. Don't put up with it. So I like treating it like a sports team. I like it where your best performers get the playing time. So, if you're out there and you've been averaging 20, 25 points a game, you're going to play. If all of a sudden that 20-25 drops off, over a consistent period of time, they might start backing you out of the lineup. So the performers get to play, the other ones ride the bench, and they might ride all the way to the cut line too, if they consistently do not perform. The other thing about a sports team, longevity does not matter. For example, LeBron James, probably the best player in the game, probably the second best player of all time behind Michael Jordan. And if he gets to the point where he isn't performing, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but if he gets to the point where his performance drops off, it don't matter what he did for the past 10 or 15 years, guys. It don't matter. He's not going to get the playing time. He might not get cut just because he's got a contract. He's got a contract in there, but he ain't gonna be getting the playing time. Longevity doesn't matter. Guys will be like, man, I've been busting my ass and doing a great job for you for 5 years. And it's kind of like, yeah, bro. Bro, you've been doing a great job for 5 years. You ain't doing it now. You ain't performing like you were for the past 5 years. You got to go. So that's a little tough when you first start adopting that. But what you'll realize is you'll get rid of the bad people. You'll get some good people, and people are going to go. They're going to go. What's the saying? Go lame, like racehorses. Racehorses, after years and years, eventually they're going to go lame. Everybody's eventually going to go lame, and it's your job as a business owner, as somebody that's taking out a lot of risk, is putting the future of his family and himself up in the air over this deal. It's important that you get rid of those racehorses when they go lame. You've got employees for them to make you money. That is make your organization money. That is your number one reason that you have team members. So if they get to the point where they're costing you money, they're no longer living up to your standards, you got to roll. You got to roll them on out. So that's the push in. That's what we're talking about, push. Now you got to be pulling people too. When you get employees in your organization that are really, 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 really going above and beyond and doing a great job, guys, you got to pay them what they're worth. You can't be worried about that $1 or $2 an hour more you're going to pay them. We got one guy, been with us 6 months, is absolutely kicking ass, doing everything plus what we've expected out of him. He's making $4 an hour more than some of these guys have been here 2-3 years. He's been here 6 months, and he's got management responsibility now, and that irritates some of the guys underneath. But those guys got to roll. They're either going to react one of two ways. They're going to pick their game up, or they're going to leave this organization by choice or by force. One or the other. So reward your performers with a promotion if possible. Definitely with a pay raise. Pay them exactly what they're worth. What you'll find, sorry guys, drop something here, is that oftentimes they'll continue to step their game up. And what's funny though is a lot of them don't even think about the pay. They enjoy the job so much. Your real go-getters are the ones that would do their best job possible no matter what the pay is. Now, that does not. The thing is they wouldn't stay in your organization long because they know they are worth more. So they're always going to put their best foot forward, but you got to pay them what they're worth. This guy been here 6 months, truck team member manager, gonna make $50,000 this year, and there's a lot of y'all that own your own business out there. You're afraid to hire employees. You ain't even making $50,000. We've got multiple people making $50,000, so plus. So the deal is y'all got to hire people. You're not a business until you hire people. You're not going to achieve a great level of success until you hire people. And hiring people is tough. Dealing with people is tough. There's no doubt about it. But adopt this mindset right here, and you won't have to put up with a lot of the bullshit because you'll work it on out. You'll have people constantly coming in to replace the ones that are going out because they're no longer good for you anymore. They've gone lame. So happy to help everybody. Great Monday afternoon, and we'll post some more videos today. Y'all have a wonderful day. Let's make some money. Let's have one hell of a week. Talk to everybody real soon.